Right. Hello, and welcome back to Farmertorque. Farmertorque Drone Division. Well, Hugo's drone division. He's in charge of the flying around. Hold on. Just a minute. What do we got here? This one. What's this? There's one. A mini one. Two. Well, actually three. Mini three. And just a minute. This went so well in rehearsals. And what could this be? All right. Oh. And for Jubilee weekend. Oh, careful. Careful. Whoa. There. Three threes. I mean, two threes and a two. You get it anyway. This is where I get my head chopped off. Yeah. Well, thought you'd find this fun. One of them isn't mine. I think I better land them and I'll explain. Oh. Well, cheers. Coffee. Hope you've got the same. Or stronger. Well, yeah, eat your heart out, the red arrows, or actually, maybe my formation flying could do with a little bit of polishing. Short of utter disaster. Anyway, drones. Oh, this could be desperately boring. I have to use the drone on joke, but humour will stay the same, I'm afraid. But keep it short. Been flying drones for, I don't know, years and years and years and years and years and years. And it seems I'm a DJI Mavic fanboy, except I'm not. So we'll just bear in mind there. Yeah, come through. What a highlights from Phantom through Mavic came out. The foldable drones. I mean, this is a 3, of course, but the way these fold up, yeah, game changer. Highlight Mavic 2 Pro. Hasselblad lens, 1-inch sensor, flipping good drone. Had one of those for 3 years, waiting for the Mavic 3, but I did know it at the time, but you always want more, don't you? Gosh, I could get the more joke in, couldn't I? You never know, I might be doing the C one. I think I've done it, haven't I? It didn't work then either. But coming right up to date, what's the story? 3 drones here. One I say isn't mine, and that's the good old Mini 2. This has been my backup drone to the 3 and the Mavic 2 before that. And game changer. Look at it. There you go. If you were thinking of getting a drone and you haven't got one, or the budget's tight, whatever reasons, this is still, stay away, Mr. 3, a superb drone. It just does what it says on the tin for the money. With a Fly More pack, I think 500 quid. Might see some deals on those soon, because we all thought, or all the YouTubers thought, that the 3 was going to supersede the 2. That was going to go. But no, it looks as though this is going to hang around for a bit. And and quite rightly, really, because we'll talk about the price of the Mini 3 in a minute. Right, what was I trying to explain? So that one has gone. That, as I say, backup drone when I did have, and it saved me a few times. No sense, really basic though. Good 4K video, not quite so good on pictures, photos, but okay. Great for good hearty snaps. And you can do some multiple images, blah, blah, blah. pretty good 4K, in good light, pretty good 4K video. So yeah, going to a friend who I think will still be a friend after he has that. So yeah, that's good. That's so that's out the way. Brings us right up to date with, yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we've got. Coffee, sorry, slurp. Clank, more like. So Mavic 3, RC Pro controller. That's my main go-to drone, and when I do, because I get paid for doing it. Funny though it seems, I get paid for doing the farming vids, etc. And that is a go-to. That's my workhorse. And now 9 months into ownership, and with a major update, day before yesterday, that finally, owning a Mavic 3, if you were an early adopter, boy, did you get dragged through the bushes, literally. And I'll just touch on that. But as we are now, it's great. And I say, for the farming vids that I do, the quality is excellent, great low light performance, and from a consumer drone, I mean, it's a sort of bridge, a debate. You could almost call it a pro drone. And up until now, pro drones, loads of people think this is expensive. Now, if you say, because you have to have the fly more pack, if you say £2,500, I don't know about you, but I don't have that floating around and say, do you know what, I'll just have one of them. So it is proper money. However, the nearest thing you can get is an Inspire 2. Don't quote me on this, but basically it's double your money or more, which has to, you can moan about the £2,500. It's twice the price of an Air 2S, which is the next one down at the moment in the DJI pecking order. And twice the price, and loads of YouTubers have said, you know, you would think the Air 2S is all you ever need. It's a good drone, and it's fab value for the money, but so's this, and I think maybe even better value for money. I know that's going to sound controversial, but when you see what this thing can do, there you go, getting all serious, and yes, a statement. RC Pro controller, nice, expensive, £850 odd. I found it initially essential for me because of connectivity problems with the standard controller at surprisingly close. We're not talking long way away. Just round behind a tree, just over a slope. You can still see the thing. And so we tried this, and there's a clue, isn't there? Maybe, do you remember these? So they're aerials. And do you remember radios? They had an aerial, and if the aerial was down, it didn't work so well. And if it's up, here, just a quick look, have a look in a minute, no aerials on the new RC. Interesting that. And okay, well, we're on these controllers though. This ends the mucking about with the phones. Gives me, I've got multi-button control here. There you go, you can't see it. I'll go into this if you want to know more detail, if you like this sort of nerdy chat. But this has got way more control buttons and customizable, just nice to use. Not the smallest thing in the world. I'd actually like a bigger screen and make it a little bit bigger, to be honest. But good bit of kit, and there you go. And I'll actually touch on that. I had to buy this from eBay. Why, DJI, can't you? Why doesn't that come? You're always going to be going around with this thing around your neck, aren't you? And another small point, the DJI fanboy, these sticks, okay? Right, every DJI controller I've bought up until this one came with a spare set of sticks for a damn good reason. You drop them, you lose them. You drop one of these in grass or shrubland or wherever, and you try and find it. You're going to find the Holy Grail before you find the thing. So this just came with two, and I could not believe it. I was scrapping around the box, etc. It is penny pinching on an £850 flagship controller from DJI. It's just, It's really bad. And as if I have any influence on DJI, but I'm not the only one that thinks this. It's just stupid marketing. And I'm pretty good at an elephant impression in one way. I don't forget that sort of thing. And there's other, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I ranted around. So Mavic 3 goes with that, blah, blah, blah. Mini 3 has turned up, and it's early days, so I'm not going to go there. But boy, this thing is fun. It's almost cute, and really good results. Much bigger sensor. This is nearly in performance, in what the vid looks like, etc., etc. It's going on towards Air 2S performance. It's not quite, etc. But it gives you an idea. It's way closer to an Air 2S with its inch sensor than a Mini 2 ever was. You know, there was a very clear, and there is still, if the Mini 2 stays in the market, which I think it should, so let's put that over to the left there, and this little thing comes in here, and then the Mavic 3 there. Air 2S sits in here. I have had one, I've owned one. I wanted the better tracking after my Mavic 2 Pro, so I know exactly where an Air 2S fits in. It's good. It isn't quite as good as all the hype around it. There are many saying, that's the drone to buy, don't bother with the 3. Well, that may well be true if that's your budget and you're happy with that quality, but I'll just repeat, the sensor on the 3 is twice the size. The flight time on the 3 is, can't say twice, but it's a lot longer, game changer. And so here we go. I didn't want to make this too deep a vid and etc. It's sort of trying to make it chatty, very mildly humorous, and slightly informative. And what works for me. This little picture here, if you imagine, there you are, there is an Air 2S. I know it's a cup of coffee, but it's got a 1-inch sensor round here. You can't see it. And I'm the controller of the coffee. So it's a sort of drone. So why I mention that is I've got good experience of the pecking order of quality, and between these drones. And I'll try and say a real world, which is, so Mini 2S, fine. I'm not going to diss that. Getting trendy, eh? Mini 3 Pro, it's almost sexy. This one makes me smile, and early days, but early days look good, etc. We get sensors, major update over the Mini, much bigger sensor. Portrait mode is really clever, and I'll have I'm still going to have a mini rant on portrait vid and everything else, but Mohammed and the mountain and all that rubbish. So this thing, the way that works is good. Flight time's better. It flies with one caveat. It flies beautifully. It really does nicely. And I've been doing some stuff. I've done a little bit in the woods. I might show a clip in, but on my stories on Instagram, if you can have a look on there. And there's some portrait. It's really good for that. Quick and simple, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I haven't mastered the quick transfer to my phone that it supposedly had. It's quicker for me to take the SD card out, put it in my office computer, come back out, put it back to my phone, etc. So, but we'll get there. And it flies even sensors on, but sensors off. You've got to be careful then. But it flies. It's really nice to get into really nudgy spaces, etc. And it's quiet. It's really quiet, and that's lovely. That is a major point. So if I was out doing a tarmac trails or something, and you turn up in a beautiful sunset car park or something, and I don't know, there's a great shot, and you can pop that, trot over to the back of the car park, pop that thing up, and no one will know you're there, and blah blah blah. Well, other than the person you flew into, they'll know you're there. Yeah. So it's not perfect. Air 2S, this fictitious thing, I'll just make a comment about that. Great, 1-inch sensor. Rubbish cine mode. Used to have tripod mode. I'll have a little moan here again, DJI. Cine mode, tripod mode is the slower, more controlled mode that if you're doing this cinematic 20 odd frames a second whooshy or dreamy stuff, you want that. And the cine mode, which we now are forced with, it just isn't as good as the tripod mode. I am not the only person. Philip Bloom it explains, he's worth watching on there, really level-headed, excellent reviewer. Good stuff, enjoys, don't know him, etc. But you'll find him on YouTube and really good. And while I'm giving recommendations out, and again, I don't know this guy, but if you want nerdy, really well put over info on any of these things, what is it? DC Rainmaker. He's a far more. He's not as funny as me, of course, but then, but he's much better. Okay, we'll waffle about that. Air 2S comes in. Really good drone. 5K video came in, 5.4, if I recall rightly. So that was good. There's a bit noise, it was getting noisier. I seem to recall the noise on the Mavic 2 Pro. Good. On the Mavic 2 Pro, which I've already said, blooming good drone. And maybe, I don't know, just remember that one fondly. So if you've got one of those, keep it. Simple. But limitations with the Air 2S. No manual adjustment of the aperture, which was a real pain, and that one was a problem. And the tracking was good. It was the best they did at the time, but not great. So then enter the 3, which I've already mentioned. We go over a few bits and pieces, but yeah, the foldable drone, which is so good. And and if I can do this, I'll hopefully, folding up the drone. And I'll pick up on a point in the thing, and then you get this contraption, which you go, blimey, what's this? But bear in mind, this is live on TV. There we go. Whoops. There, done. That is my folded up Mavic 3. You will notice, you're not falling off your chair, that the propellers are all in the bag. Off we go. Gosh, does that work well. Let's just come back. Allow me to come back to the sexy, wonderful Mini 3 Pro. You must be Pro, mustn't you? There. What have we done? We could have had a smaller version of that, really good. Holds the props in, protects the lens. What's the problem? No, we've gone back to a stupid little plastic cover here. That is impossible to put back on. It is possible to put it back on, and I've managed it. And every now and then, it just clicks in so easily. But most of the time, it's a faff. I just do not understand that one. And then when you've put that on, there is your protected drone. So you put it in the bag. No, you don't. You wedge your propeller on the next bit of the bag, and then you turn it around, and then you hold it. Then you hold them all, and then that is really frustrating. I think we've gone over as I mentioned about the RC Pro. So that's a nice package. If you're in that market for it now, with all the updates that are out now, the 007 latest update. The update is version, I think it's 0000007.000. I mean, you just... I'm going to make that. RC control, the new one, comes with the little sexy Mini 3 Pro. And this is brilliant. What's good about it? No mucking about with the phone. It's light. In fact, I think it was dear old Rainmaker, DC Rainmaker, had them on the scales, and it weighs no more than the standard controller with a phone. In fact, it's lighter, I think. It was lighter than a phone with the standard controller. Happy days. It's not stupid money. I think you buy it as a package with the drone at $850. I think you can buy the drone for, I think it's, I don't know, 200 quid-ish. I'd say that's if you've got the money, that's a no-brainer. However, hold your horses a little bit. There are those, and we're back in this the way DJI launch these things, and other manufacturers do this, but it's just such a pain. The way they're hyped up, all the info's leaked, and yet then they're delayed. Mavic 3 launch, dreadful. Ownership, I was one of the muppets, the early adopters. We were treated like, it's appalling. I will not forget that. And I dearly wish that there was competition, sensible, good competition to DJI, because they're treating customers so badly over the launch and the way they handle the products. They don't deserve the market. They're making fantastic products. This is a problem. I mean, they are amazing, but there should be competition. There's amazing cars, but there's very few, if any, manufacturers have a monopoly in the car world. There's competition. And the only one is Autel. Unfortunately, you can see, I've thought about it long and hard. A, there's supply problems there. B, there's limitations on them. They look good, but then they're, from some of the reviews they've seen of problems, etc. So please, Autel, get better, and I'll happily buy one of your drones. In the meantime, mixed feelings, because the DJI product is amazing. Let's witness these things here now. If we take this one, that one is gone, so that's it. So I'm lucky to have this set up here, Mavic 3 and the Mini 3. Gosh, I can criticize them justifiably. I think, yes, stupid, this, that, and the other. But do I want you to take them away? No, they are great bits of kit. But just on that hypey thing and launching and all that, there is just one thing I'd like to pick up on, which has been, it's being reviewed as if this RC controller blows the RC Pro out of the water. It doesn't. Ooh, getting a bit windy. It doesn't. Simple as that. The screen is just about, hello Hannah, hi, yeah. The screen is just about bright enough. The RC Pro is much brighter. And I was saying about the buttons, I've only got two push in. I've only got two control buttons here, haven't I? Yeah, only two. That's fine, etc. But the RC Pro's on a different planet. It is much lighter. I'm just making the point. This has been reviewed as if it is the best controller that DJI make. It is not. I love it. I really like it, but it isn't the best. And this is one of the problems of getting real world, what I call real world advice, and not bias, hyped. I'm doing this to get more views, which is just crazy. So there you go. My drone situation. And I mentioned situation, and I'm saying, hold on, I've forgotten a bit. Here, look, you see this bag here? That's the Mini 3 Pro combo. That's, as I think I put a pathetically humorous story on Instagram, searching for the Holy Grail. That is the Holy Grail. You can't get one. So, oh, it's all right for me, isn't it? I got one. Thank you, Heli Guy. They had one. I was an early thingamy, and yeah. And here I am with this. Aren't I a lucky boy? But if you're looking and thinking, I'll go and buy one of these, be warned. Be warned. This is what you get with you cannot buy that at the moment. I mean, you will be able to when supplies eventually come through, but that's going to be a good 6 weeks after launch date. And I say that correctly. To which, so you buy one of these, one battery, no charger. That's it, and the standard controller. I mean, you could get this one, that's fine. But, I mean, of course you can use it, but it then takes, if you haven't got a high capacity charger, you think you're just going to plug it into a normal charger, you'll be here for hours charging this battery. Just not on. But it gets even better then when you get, so bear in mind, this is the perfect world of DJI. £850 of your well-earned pounds buys those two. Lovely combination. But you need the Fly More kit. You need the extra 2 batteries, and you really could do with this charger here. Except it's not a charger. It's a charging box that you plug a charger into here. So you've paid £850. And we're saying a drone that takes over, improves on the Mini 3. Previous Mini 2 Fly More combo, probably around 500 quid, £500. And this, £850 for those two. Admittedly, you got this nice controller, so I'll go there. But then you buy the Fly More, you're at 1,000. And then you find when you open the package, every Fly More kit up until to date has had a basic set of ND filters. Now you get nothing. So not only do you don't get a charger, and etc. And basically, this is a trend of ripping off the customer. So we're heading to the ND filters are essential, basically. So we're heading to £1,100. Oh, and not only that, you can't get them. I mean, where are we going? What's the point? So, top tip, if you're watching this in June, go for a Mini 3 if you want, but only buy it if you can buy the combo at the same time. And be aware, you need to buy a high capacity, a 30 plus watt or more charger to go with it. Otherwise, you'll be there for the rest of your life charging the batteries for the first time. So, so there you go. Mavic 3, it has been real poo ownership to date. We are just about there. I'm sure there'll be more updates and stuff coming, but it's a nice usable package now. But it shouldn't have. It should have been when launched, not 9 months afterwards. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to go and practice my formation flying. No, I'm not. That was a one-off. I'm very happy to do it. They did actually fly pretty well. But the gap, you see, if you saw that at the opening of the video, they were close to me, closer than it looks on the camera. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you found this a bit of fun, a bit of chatty fun, and we can go into this more in vids, as like the tarmac trails when I go in beautiful places, blah, 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 videoing, drone work, and getting some, hopefully, beautiful pictures. So we'll see them more. There's no reason I can't chat more about that. Any question, not any questions, but if you've got questions, one of it, please ask, and I'll answer. I don't know. Great to have you along. See you soon in more vids. Bye for now. Cheers.